What's up guys, it's Ryan here, and welcome to this video where we are going to be talking all about Solak and what preparations I've made. It's become a tradition to do a video like this before any major boss comes out. We did one for Telos, and we also did one for Magister, which maybe wasn't a big boss, but at the time I thought it was going to be a bigger boss than it was. With Solak coming out in the next few hours, I have been preparing all week to make sure that I've got all the gear I need, all the money, anything that I will need that could possibly come up and be useful at this boss. I want to be farming this boss from release, and I want to make as much money as possible. So you could even call it a little money-making series. I want to see how much money I can come out with at the end of this week. Now, looking at my specific team, I'm going to be going on the team that got the second confirmed Angel of Death kill. They are a very, very strong team, and hopefully we will be one of the first teams to be able to get a kill on release. We've already talked about a lot of strategies and rotations, and for release, we're going to be going with 1 meleeer, 4 majors, and 2 rangers. Both of the rangers are going to have Hex Hunter bow switches in case they're best in slot, and then some of the majors may turn to ranging later in the day. We think that the minimum number of majors you're going to want is 2, because there might be something similar to the old school Ohm's arms, where there are 2 separate arms. You're going to want a major debuffing each one of the 2. So now that we've talked a little bit about the boss, here are the gear preparations I have made to make sure that I am as ready as possible to take on the boss as soon as it comes out. So without further ado, here is the preset. So first off, I've made 530 Supreme Overload salves, Lost Grove, good chance of poison being active, but even if not, it just saves next to invent space, which could be very important. Now, I've got 112 enhanced replenishment potions. These cost over 100k each to make. So I made 100, and then if I end up wanting more, I'll use more, but I'm going to burn through those first, and then I've got plenty of normals as well if those become okay to use. After that, I've got 2,000 Sarah Brews, 570 Super Restores, 10,000 Sailfish, lots of logs for bonfiring. I've got 1,300 Dreadnips because they did say that Dreadnips would have some kind of use or would not be completely useless there, so it's good to have them, and I might even try and get myself some more before release. Next up, I've got 250 Pack Mammoths and 1,000 Mammoth Feast Scrolls. These allow you to eat without using any adrenaline, and Jagex has already gone out and said they do not expect people will be able to kill Solak on a Nihil or Titan, at least for a while, so the Pack Mammoth is going to be the way to go for that. Next up, 16 Onyxes. I'll buy more if I need to, but I'm hoping that's going to be enough deaths. That should be close to 50 deaths paid for, as I will be using a Ring of Death, so that should be enough. Next up, I've got 54 combat dummies. It's a group boss, so generally everyone will pitch in a couple dummies, so I shouldn't need more than that, but in case I do, I am going to get myself another 100 or so before I go to bed tonight. Past that, they did say Solak will be poisonable, so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to equip my wand orb when going into the boss fight, and then I can drink my weapon poison 1 that is going to make room for my staff. Following that up, I've just got all my melee gear. I've got my shields with Turtling 3, and then Zaro's Godsword, Kopesh's, Flanking Switch, Lunging Switch, and a Statius Warhammer that is low on charge, but if I need to pick up another one, I will do that as well. So basically, that is full best in slot melee. I've got 840 Viswax, a Sign of Life Refresh, 7 Element Scrimshaw, and then here is my best in slot magic gear. So I've got Merciless Kite Shield with Turtling 3, I've got my Staff Siske with P4E2 on it, I've got my Wand of the Praizo with Aftershock, my Imp Core with P4E2 as well, and then I've got a Flanking 3 Singularity. That Crystal Dagger is just for Bladed Dive, so I use that with an Excalibur that is mobile on it, and it allows me to Bladed Dive really effectively. Following that up, I've got my ASR and my Ring of Death. I'm planning on camping the Ring of Death for the majority of it. Same with my amulets. I plan on using the Amulet of Souls for the majority of it, just because it is a way better overall amulet, but we'll see what the hit chance situation is, and if we want to end up upgrading to the Reaper or switching to it, that can definitely be sorted out. Next up, I've got my Tectonic. I'm contemplating removing that Crackling 3 Crystal Shield 1 and replacing it with Crackling 3 Mobile, but it really depends on how the boss fight is, so I think I'm just going to have that ready to go, so if I need to swap the perks, I'll be able to. I've got my Cinderbane gloves because they did say that the boss is poisonable, which should most likely make Cinderbane's best in slot. I've got my boots, no Deeps boots here. They're way too expensive, not going to bother with that. And then moving on here, I've got my Limitless Sigil on 14 charges, and I'm actually going to recharge it fully before the day starts, so all the way up to 1,000 charges. That should be good to go there. Last couple things we've got my small rune pouch and my large rune pouch. This is going to be for air spells and vulnerability, and then my small rune pouch is going to be for both Entangle and for the Enfeeble spell, which decreases the amount of damage the enemy can deal to you, which could come very, very useful. Last off, I got my Max Cape, and then I've got 500 mil cash in case something else becomes best in slot that I'm going to need to pick up. I'm going to be live bright and early in the morning. I'm going to be streaming this entire week, so hopefully I'll be able to put out 50 or 60 hours of Solak content just this week alone. So anyways, if you'd like to join me, you can do that at twitch.tv/thersguy. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Outside of that, whether you're taking on Solak yourself, watching others take it on, or just hearing about it, I hope everyone has an awesome week. It's a really exciting time to be a player, and hopefully there are some really cool brand new mechanics that we've never seen before that we're going to have to figure out how to take on. That's it from me. Have a great one, and as always, peace out.